Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've got Darren Little here with Black Ops Underground Marketing. And today we're literally opening the vault, guys. I'm serious when I say that. We are going live on the internet, okay, to all four corners of the world, and we're going to actually give you the opportunity as the viewers to be able to, just sort of connect with us, right, live. I've got myself, I've got my business partner, Ari Maccabee, and I've also got one of my top leaders here with me, Kim Justice, and you're going to get an opportunity to actually get your questions answered, okay? Now, I will share with you this. I've been in this industry for 26 years, and when I first got into this industry, guys, and people told me to make a list of my friends and family, and reach out and just tell them to get involved in my business or take a look at my video or, ask them if they'll try a free sample, right? I can tell you that that particular strategy, that particular business model, the majority of people, they don't make it, right? So what do they do? Okay, that's the question I'm going to ask you. What do they do? So they've burnt through their entire friends and family. That lasts typically about 3 weeks, maybe max 5 weeks, right? So what do they do after that? Do they go to trade shows? Do they hand out flyers to people? Do they go to cold call leads? What do they do? How do you get your business into liftoff, right? Liftoff, getting into traction, coming right out of the gate, okay? Right out of the gate. Now, some of the challenges that people have with this particular business model is, quite honestly, they hate harassing their friends and family, right? Would you guys agree with that? They hate harassing their friends and family, but that's all they're taught. Make a list of your friends and family, right? The second thing, the biggest challenge is that they really hate rejection, guys. And there's nothing worse than phoning a friend or phoning a family member and you just want to go see a movie, right? But nobody will answer your phone calls because they think you're calling about your business, right? So it can get pretty lonely after a while. You just want to go see a movie, right? Nobody will answer your phone call, right? Huge problem, right? So rejection is probably the biggest pushback, the thing that suppresses people's business because they hate it, right? We as human beings don't like getting constantly rejected, right? So after they burn through their warm market, what do they do now? How do they generate leads? They don't know. And most people don't have a budget, right? Because they spent their budget launching their business. They don't have a marketing and advertising budget, right? But once they generate the leads, right, over here, they don't know how to close those people or upsell them to higher ticket products. Another huge problem, okay? And they also don't know how to get any team duplication. And it's pretty hard when you don't have any results yourself. How are you going to teach anybody to do what you haven't even done, right? So there's these problems in the industry. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hand this over to my business partner, Ari Maccabee. Ari, maybe you can just share a little bit of insight from your experience in this industry. You've been around the block quite a few years, probably even more than me.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back there. And, if you guys didn't know, I'm allergic to mushrooms. I went out the other night for a steak, and man, I ate half the steak. I lifted up the second half, and I saw what looked like a mushroom, and I started freaking out. And I was like, "Hey, is that a mushroom?" And they're like, "No, it's garlic." Well, sure enough, that night, man, I started to itch, and I had just a little bit of Benadryl, so I took the Benadryl, and man, it hit me like a ton of bricks, guys. It was crazy what's basically happened, because I've had hives over 80% of my body, my face, the back of my neck's like almost raw from scratching. And so I've been on meds, man, guys. I'm happy to be back because I'd much rather be working than laying in a damn bed, just so you know. But, let me just tell you my story. Like, Darren said, we've been in this business a long time. I got in this business literally when I was in the Army part-time at A.L. Williams. And, military guy, guess what? I supporting the family, trying to work my butt off, and it's not easy. Everybody needs extra money. So I decided, I was going to get out, bust my butt, work, and I got into the A.L. Williams program, and I loved it. I fell in love with it, and literally became like the #6 guy in Southern California at one time in that business. made a lot of money, you know, at a young age, and you know, that experience has never ever left me high and dry. But I think Darren and I both will tell you guys, you know, the whole setup of MLM, where you know you're required to go to all these events, and you're basically spending all the money that you're making to go to events when you first get started because it's such a struggle. But I will agree those events are important because it's what keeps you motivated, it keeps you pumped up and keeps you going. But today, the world has vastly changed, guys, where we can do everything that we do right here on Google Hangouts. We can literally have an event live online without you ever leaving the comfort of your home, without it ever costing you a dime. And the nice part about it is you get really good quality mentoring and coaching from Darren, myself. You also get, you know, access, you know, to a group full of people like Kim and Michelle and Vitali, you know, Eagle, a lot of guys that have just came in this industry and literally followed the blueprint and made a paycheck. And if you're looking for something, you know, a way to make some money from home, I'm just going to tell you up front, you couldn't have found a better situation. This is just mind-blowing what's happened, you know, obviously in our first 45 days in the business. I'm going to tell you up front, I do have some exciting news, but I'm going to hang on to that, and I'm going to share it with you at the very end of the call. So those that stay are going to get to hear some exciting news that is an absolute game changer with what we're doing. While I was sick, I've been working with Paul Stevenson to get all this stuff in place, and you might have noticed already some changes in the back office, but it's about to get even better because we're about to structure something that's literally going to make this business go crazy. You guys are going to make more money much easier using Darren and I's formula plus email marketing. We have a whole system that's about to launch, guys. It's really going to make this super duper simple for the average Joe. So stay tuned. We'll talk about that at the end, Darren.
Fantastic. Guys, let's just mute you out there here. Okay. So, guys, what I want to share with you, you know, if you're a guest here tonight, is that when you enrolled into whatever company that you're in right now in the home-based business industry, a lot of people don't know this. Okay, I'm going to let you know a little bit of a secret here. Okay, what you signed up for is you signed up for a leadership position. Okay, a leadership business model. So the business model that we're actually in is personal development. It's personal development, the business model that you signed up for, guys. I don't care if you're with skincare, if you're with weight loss, if you're within nutraceuticals, you might be selling energy drinks, you could be in online tools. If you want to go to 7 figures and beyond, okay, what you have to understand about the business model that you are in right now, okay, you're not in a features and benefits pitching model, okay? And that's why so many people fail at this industry, okay? It's 97% of people fail. Now, I'm going to turn back the clock a little bit, and then what we're going to do, so I want you to line up your questions, guys, okay? So underneath the video, you're going to see a comment box, okay? So what I want for you to do is I want for you to be able to tell me some of the challenges that you're going through right now in your business. Doesn't matter what company you're in, okay? Straight across the board. Weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, energy drinks, online tools, power, makes no difference, okay? It's all the same, just so you know, guys. Same model, right across the board, okay? But when I first got started into this industry 26 years ago, okay, this is what happened for me, okay? So my entry point to the industry was $4,000, okay, $4,000. Now, if we took that forward with inflation, that would probably be about $15,000 today, right? And I remember my millionaire mentor saying to me, I said, well, Harvey, what is it going to cost to be able to work with you? And he said, Darren, it's going to cost you $4,000. And I was like, oh, I don't have $4,000, right? And he said, well, here's what you're going to do. Okay, this is my millionaire mentor saying this to me. Here's what you're going to do, Darren. You're going to surrender your pride. You're going to surrender your ego. And you're going to go get the money. Okay? He gave me 3 days. He says, if you can't get the money by Friday, get yourself another millionaire mentor. And he turned around and he walked back down the hallway and he was gone. Now, at that point in time, I knew there was something going on here. Like, I better get that $4,000 and I better be able to pull this off, or this might be my last chance. This might be the one opportunity that I can totally change my life. And if I don't take action, it may be gone forever, okay? So I drained my personal bank account, okay? I got a loan from my parents, and I got a loan from the bank, and I went all in with everything. Okay, so imagine today if you had to come up with 15 grand, right? That's the same situation that I had to do 26 years ago to be able to start my business, okay? So I sat down in his office. I mean, it was big, huge, one of these giant desks like Wall Street, right? And he had on the, $5,000 suit and a Rolex watch, and he was dressed to the nines, right? So he says, Darren, you want to become a millionaire? Absolutely, I do. 100%. He goes, you sure about that? Dude, I want to become a billionaire. I'm so serious about this. I will do everything that you tell me to do. Okay, he says, okay. Rule number 1, Darren. I don't want you talking about our company. Okay? Now, I came from the features and benefits business world, guys. Okay? Where it was, have I got a deal for you? I'm telling you, it downloads. You can see video, right? And I came from that world, okay? So when he told me that he didn't want me talking about the company, I said, okay, cool. So I can just talk about the products, right? He said, Darren, here's rule number 2. If you want to become a millionaire, I don't want you talking about our products, okay? Now, I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you my stomach dropped to my knees, okay? There was my bank draft for $4,000 sitting on that table that I had drained my bank account with, that I got a loan from my parents with, that I got a loan from the bank with, and it was sitting there on that table, and the only thing that was going through my brain at that time was, OMG, I just signed into an illegal company, right? I figured we were doing something illegal, okay? We had to be. How could you sell products without talking about the products? How's that possible? How could you sell products without talking about the company that makes the products, okay? I said, Harvey, if I can't talk about the company and I can't talk about the products, what the frick am I supposed to talk about? He said, Darren, if you want to be a 7-figure income earner, talk about them. I was even more confused, guys. I thought, what? So you're telling me you think I'm going to sell this stuff right here if I talk about them? He said, yep, that's right. And I'll share with you guys that training, that mentoring that I got in my 20s from my millionaire mentor helped me to become a millionaire by the time I hit 35 years old, to go on to make multiple millions of dollars, to go on to raise tens of millions of dollars for my own companies, for public companies. And if it wasn't for that education, if it wasn't for that shock that I went through, I probably would never have made it, because I came from features and benefits. I came from pitching and closing. I came from dealing with objections and trying to hammer people into, getting them to pull out their credit card or getting them to write a check. That's not our business, okay? That's not our business. And if you're doing that, it's probably why you're not making any money, okay? So what we do as millionaire mentors is we teach you this exact formula, guys, okay? We actually recruit new reps into any business. It doesn't matter what the company is. It doesn't matter if it's a land-based company, a online company, a nutraceutical product, a weight loss product. We use the same strategy right across the board to recruit new reps into any business in 6 to 45 minutes, okay? My fastest time is actually 3 minutes, okay, on a live recruiting session that I did for my team. So you probably are asking, you know, what could somebody say in 180 seconds to get someone to join their business without ever talking about the company, without ever talking about the products, not a single time during the entire conversation? How could that be possible? Now, what my mentor said to me is, he said, Darren, you're going to have to go through a paradigm shift. You're going to have to look at the world differently if you want to be able to become a master at this. So I was like, well, what's a paradigm shift? What is that? He said, well, what's behind you right now? I said, the wall. He said, can you see the wall? I said, no. So he said, turn your chair all the way around. So I turned my chair all the way around. He says, what do you see? I said, the wall. He goes, well, the wall was there all along. You just couldn't see it. It's like your blind spot, right? It's just like in driving. You're driving along, and you've got to put your signal on, check your mirror, and then check your blind spot, right? And see if there's anybody in the blind spot before you change lanes. Very, very similar to that, okay? So what I'm going to share with you here, guys, is this. In the last, I think, 49 days, maybe we're at 50 right now, myself and my business partner, Ari, we started a business, okay? We started a business from zero, right? We spent $1,665 to launch it. We didn't spend one single penny on traffic, on advertising, on banners, on solo ads, nothing, okay? Zero. And we've generated $266,000 in profit, okay, without spending a penny. Okay, that's all profit, okay? So what I want to do right now is I want to first of all open up the lines here. We're just testing this, guys, okay? Because we've got a comment box below here on the video. We're testing this. We don't even know if it's going to work, quite honestly. But in marketing, the thing that I'll tell you is that everything is testing. Everything is testing and tweaking, right? So if you've got a question about your own particular business, okay, your own particular business, you could be in weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, power, energy drinks, online tools, training, whatever it is, okay? What I want for you to do is I want you to be a little bit what I call vulnerable right now. I'll be completely vulnerable too, okay? I'll be vulnerable with you too, okay? I will open up my vault and I'll tell you everything that I can to help you, but I need you on the same note to be vulnerable too, okay? That's the way that we can, I can help you, right? If I don't know what your pain is, I don't know what your problem is, there's nothing that I can do to help, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to go down into the comment box below and tell me your pain. Tell me your struggle with your business. Is it in the area of being rejected? Is it that you just don't know how to generate leads? You don't know how to market? You just can't close anybody. Maybe you're generating leads. You can't close anybody. Nobody wants to join, right? Why is that? What's the secret? Maybe you've recruited people, and before you can even bring them together as a team, they're all quitting on you. You can't get any team duplication, okay? So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to reach out to Kim, my faithful question referrer here, right? And we're going to find out what is your pain. What is the pain that you're going through right now in your home-based business? You want to write it in the comment box so that we can get the question, and then we're going to be able to answer it. I may share my screen. I may go onto my Facebook page. I may go onto a website. I may show you some of the stuff I do. I don't even know yet, guys. We're live, right? We are live, baby. So write your questions below. Kim, is there any questions right now that we can answer?
Yeah, I actually have a question from a brand new newbie. She's wondering how what we're teaching and what we're doing here in Black Ops works for people who aren't a part of a company right now, who aren't in a weight loss program or affiliate program. Like they're pretty much a brand new newbie. How does this work for them, and how can they generate that income?
Okay. So the thing that you want to understand here is that if you want to make it big, okay, if you want to go to 7 figures and beyond, if you want to get that rocket launcher like what we did, right? Ari and I have both of us have made millions and millions of dollars, both in conventional business and online. Okay, so this is real, true millionaire mentoring. This isn't some, we're not reading a textbook and then, oh, look, I read this in Robert Kiyosaki's book, right? We're not doing that. I watched the video, oh, right? We're not doing that. This is from real life experience of really making millions of dollars, guys, right? So there's 2 things that you need, right? 2 things if you want to make it big in any company, doesn't matter what company that you're in, okay? The first thing that you've got to understand is that we're in a leadership, personal development business, okay? So leadership and mindset, personal development, big, 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 okay? You should be doing that every day. So over here, you've got personal development, okay? Now, if you don't know how to market, you're kind of a little bit hooped, right? So you got to be able to learn how to do marketing strategies, right? Things like YouTube, things like Facebook, things like Pinterest, things like Twitter, things like Instagram, right? So you've got to be able to learn marketing. What is marketing? How do you build a list? How do you get prospects? How do you communicate with those people? How do you build a relationship? So Black Ops Underground is the millionaire mentoring portion, and the company is Exodus Elite. And the product, which is the Genesis Educational Library, focuses on those 2 main things. It's like a generic product for the entire industry that everybody needs, okay? Personal development and marketing strategies, okay? So this is kind of a cool thing, because if you're in a weight loss company or you have another business, you can actually use this to help you in your other business. You can also use this to create a marketing and advertising budget for yourself, okay? To fund your business, right? We teach the 7-figure business model. So most people, they start a business and they start buying their products, they go into debt, right? And then they don't have no money for marketing and advertising left. They're hooped, right? So they have to learn free strategies, which can take a long time, and they never actually make money to invest back into their business. Huge problem in the industry, guys, just so you know, right? So you can have a business, or let's say you don't have any business. I don't have a business. Great. Well, this is something that is a business in itself. Okay, so Ari and I launched this, right? We've done 266,000, I think 400 in 49, 50 days. Okay, we didn't spend any money on paid traffic. We didn't run solo ads. We didn't do anything like pay-per-click or Facebook ads or anything like that. That was $266,000 in profit in our pocket, right, from understanding about one thing: people, right? That's your real market, is people. But you got to understand who's your target market, right? Who's your perfect business partners? Who do you want to attract into your life? A lot of people don't know, right? So they get bombarded with all these victims and all these broke people. So we help you to get clear. So if you don't have a business, no problem, right? We're going to show you actually how to have an income stream over here that you could use to fund anything, anything. You may have some big dream that you want to, be a singer, or, you want to be a musician or whatever, but you just don't have enough capital over here to be able to live your dream. We're going to show you how to create the capital here, over here, so you can fund anything, guys. Okay, what would it mean for your business if you, in a month and a half, had over $250,000 that you could invest now? Think about that. Okay, so Ari and I, we're doing custom branded videos. We're hiring a whole video team, guys that work for Disney, right? That do things like the Transformers and stuff. They're going to be working on our videos for Black Ops, right? We're hiring personal assistants. I've got professional people right now building funnels. I got professional people that are running Facebook ad campaigns and tracking all of that stuff now. What I'll share with you about business is that where most people fail is they don't have a budget. But what happens when you do have a budget? You can actually go hire people, right? You can hire staff. You can hire the best of the best, right? Okay, let's go back out to the questions.
Okay, so I have a few of the same questions. A lot of people do not just know how to generate the qualified leads, enough qualified leads, and I have a lot more questions after that, so tons of questions coming in, but how are we able to, in Black Ops, generate unlimited qualified leads?
Hey, Darren, let me answer that, man.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Here's the thing, guys. Look, Darren and I came from a world of paid advertising, and let's face it, paid advertising is king, but here's the thing. We figured out a strategy. We like to call it the 1K per day free Facebook formula. We teach you how to use Facebook as it was really, truly intended. Now, a lot of you out there right now, you're thinking that Facebook is just a social media platform, and it's really not. It's an ad network disguised as a social media network. They collect all this data on everybody, and then they turn around and they sell these ads to everybody out there. But you, as a user, you can actually use it the same way that businesses are using it and that Darren and I have used it in the past. But you can use it free if you know exactly what to do. And the best part about working with Darren and myself, we both write really good copy, guys. So here's the thing. Once we write a swipe, that's what it's called, you actually copy that, you paste that to your wall, and then you draw people in using law of attraction principles. And the reality of that is, it's number one, it's people coming to you, not you going out and soliciting people. So it's much more qualified, and the people are truly interested, or they wouldn't have commented, liked, or requested more information from you. It's just a better process. It's very simple, but the real true secret comes in the copy, guys. I'm just going to tell you up front. It's not just posting something on Facebook and expecting a result. It doesn't work like that. And I'll tell you that as my own testimony, because when Darren and I first started this, he showed me what he was doing. I looked at the copy and I was like, oh, okay, so we did a couple little tweaks here and there, and I saw what it was, and so then I listened to some of his audio that he sent me, and I tweaked it, and I told him what happened. I literally had four lines of copy, guys. My first hour, I was actually getting ready to leave for lunch, okay? Let me just tell you the whole story. I was ready to leave for lunch. I posted this 4-line post on my wall, and I should have never posted it. I should have won at 8, and they came back and posted it, because I ended up with 87 responses, guys, my first hour. I ended up with 182 in 4 hours, and ended up with 252 people by the end of the day that actually requested information. It was obviously easy to blow this up and do the numbers that Darren and I have done using these principles. So you can learn them direct. Once you join, plug into Black Ops Underground Marketing Training, and then we're going to teach you guys how to do it. That's the best part of all.
Yeah. Guys, what I want to share with you here about marketing in general, okay? Marketing in general, okay? Here's where most people go wrong in the industry, okay? So here's an example. So let's say that you're with some company called Tonto, okay? Tonto Nutraceuticals, right? So you're with Tonto, okay? So here's what most people do in social media. Tonto, 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 right? They're out there doing that, okay? Now, what you've done by doing that is you've just eliminated 99.99% of your entire marketplace, okay? Now, why is that? Because the people that are in Nerium, the people that are in LifeVantage, the people that are in Prepaid Legal, the people that are in Amway, the people that are in Empower Network, they already think in their mind that they have their ticket to the promised land. They're not looking for a new opportunity, right? So the moment that you label yourself with that business, you just lost your market, right? Now, what's the difference? Watch the difference in marketing, okay? Hey everyone, I just learned this really cool strategy on Facebook to be able to generate 30 to 50 qualified leads a day for your business. Is anybody interested? Empower Network, LifeVantage, Prepaid Legal, Amway, right? They all show up. They all show up. Okay, those are all people that are already sold on the business model, okay? You'll never ever have anybody say to you, "Is this a pyramid scheme?" You'll never have that anymore. It'll be gone from your life, okay? You'll never have anybody saying, "Is this legal?" Right? That's gone, okay? Gone completely. Why? Because they're already in our business model. They're already sold on our business model, okay? Now, when you provide value to the people that helps them solve their pain, it helps them solve their problem, and it helps them to be able to move forward in their business, okay? Here's what happens when you put people together as a leader, okay? When the value that you provide completely dwarfs the value that they're getting from their current leader, they jump ship and they join you. How about that? So everybody else is out there going, tonto, 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 right? And you're the one that's providing value to the marketplace in the key areas where people have pain. They don't like getting rejected. They hate it. They don't like harassing their friends and family. They don't know how to generate leads. They don't know how to close or upsell the people once they get them. And they don't know how to get any team duplication. Now, when you step up as the leader and you start to gather groups of people together to help them solve their pain, guess what happens? Your income goes like this, straight up like a rocket ship, okay? Kim, let's go back out to the crowd there and get the next question.
Okay, this is a direct question. So he knows how to generate leads, but it's very hard to close the sales for him. What should he do? What is the best way to convince people to buy?
Okay, so right away with the question, the challenge is this. You are trying to convince a person that they need what you have, okay? And we don't do that. We never do that as top recruiters, okay? So what you have to understand, similar to what my millionaire mentor taught me, is it has nothing to do with your company. It has nothing to do with your products. It has nothing to do with your comp plan. It has nothing to do with your patents and your trademarks and your track record and your management team and wah, 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 wah. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Okay? It has everything to do with the other person. Okay? It has to do with their vision, their dream, their pain, their problem, their passion. It has nothing to do with your company. Okay? So by your question, your polarity in your body, okay, is actually set backwards. Okay, now what do I mean by that? Have you ever been into a department store and you go into the department store and somebody comes over really fast and they go, "Can I help you, sir? Can I help you, ma'am?" Right? What happens? "I'm good. I'm good. I'm just looking," right? That's typically human nature because our ego wants to protect us, right? It wants to keep us safe. So the natural thing is when you come up to a person, you call a person, "I'm telling you, have I got a deal for you? I'm telling you, we're gonna make so much money," right? "I'm good. I'm not interested," right? That's the first thing that happens. So you have to understand more about human psychology, right? I mean, what has the person looking for more income right now anyway? Good question. Listen. Right? Listen. If you're going to be good in sales, you have to ask good questions and listen. Listen to people, okay? And this is something that we cover in great detail, guys, okay? Literally with step-by-step instructions on how we recruit new reps in 6 to 45 minutes, okay? Now, it would be one thing if it was just us, okay? We have 17-year-old kids that are on our team that made $35,000 this month, okay? Month one. And they didn't spend a penny on paid marketing, not one penny. How could a 17-year-old kid go from zero to have a $35,000 month when a lot of people don't even make that in a whole year, right? They don't even make that in a whole year, and we got a 17-year-old kid that made that in month one, okay? So to answer your question, you still believe that you have something over here that you are trying to pitch people on, okay? You're trying to convince them to buy that product, that you have what they need, and that's not our business model. Okay, so we cover that in great, great detail, and it's all about the other person. It's all about the other person, right? Their vision, their dream, their pain, their problem, their passion, right? So on to the next question there, Kim.
Okay,
I'm gonna let Ari answer this one.
Okay, how do high-ticket systems fit with what Black Ops is doing?
Well, really, okay, Black Ops is just coaching and education, guys. And here's what you have to understand. What we teach, you can actually use it for any system, whether it's low ticket, medium ticket, or high ticket. It really doesn't matter. You know, the reality of it is, this is what Darren and I believe. Look, the average person gets into the industry, they take all their available cash and all their available credit, and then they invest into the business, and unfortunately, that leaves them broke. And then it's really hard to make the business go boom because they have no money left. So what we've done is we've created this little system that if you guys follow it, literally without a dollar of paid advertising, you will create a big amount of income that you can use, take that money as your startup fund to go join a high ticket program and go all in and then scale it up. And the reality of it, guys, you have to go all in. I'm just going to tell you up front, for the guys that start a high ticket program off a dollar trial, you're not going to make any money. You're not. You're going to make money when you go all in, when you can spend the 40 or 50 grand. That's where the money comes, because that's when you get those big commissions, and that's what's going to set you up for success. The reality of it is nobody has 50 grand just laying around to go toss in the program. What Black Ops does is teach you how to go create that 50 grand almost out of thin air that you can then take and put in something that's really going to work for you.
Yeah. And I'll just add to that, guys, is that, you know, I want you guys to understand that Ari and I are in multiple deals, and we are in high ticket, okay? And what you've got to understand about seven-figure income earners is they use a strategy, okay, called OPM, okay, other people's money, okay? This is Donald Trump talks about this, Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. So instead of me draining my whole bank account and putting all that money in, okay, the seven-figure income earners, they have something working on the front end, okay, that allows them to build their list for free, generate leads, generate a big following of people, and then all of a sudden generate revenue here, and then all of a sudden they go whack, right? And they'll drop 20 or 50 grand into solo ads, Facebook ads, paid traffic banners, wham! And then all of a sudden, you know, if they're in a business that has, say, $1 trials, it's like that. It's like a slot machine, okay? And there's compressed energy. So if you're looking at, say, a 3 or 4 month period of time, you'll see, you know, a seven-figure income earner, they start here, and then by their third or fourth month, they're already cranking $100,000 in a month. How do they do that, right? They do that because they're building a list over here, right, with their CPA, ClickBank offers, JVZoo products. So those products pay them the same day, right? You make a sale, boom, cash flow right now, cash flow right now, right? So that's the formula that we use. So we have always something here on the front end that's going to pay us in real time, okay? So here's a perfect example today. Today I was working on some team stuff. I was creating some content, but I still had like almost a $4,000 day today, right? How did I do that, right? How could I have a $4,000 day when I wasn't even working on my business? I was working on content creation. I was doing, team building stuff. I wasn't out doing any recruiting. I wasn't out doing any sales. How can I still have a $4,000 day? Good question. I did that with the strategy that we use, right? So I've got this front end little machine here that's going, that goes 24/7, and it provides that budget for me, right? So I could go maybe drop 2,000 clicks, right? And whack into a funnel, right? And generate a whole bunch of leads and a whole bunch of sales and have a follow-up campaign go with it. But I have actual cash flow. Cash flow. You don't have cash flow, you're a little bit hooped, guys, I'll tell you that. Okay? So if you're in a conventional MLM and you've got to wait 6 or 8 weeks, that's a problem, right? If you got to wait 6 or 8 weeks to get your cash flow to put your business, that can be challenging. Okay, let's go on to the next question.
Okay, so let's say I don't have an income story. How am I supposed to have my audience see me as a leader when I haven't made income yet? How am I supposed to be able to get incoming inquiries and be seen as the solution when I haven't created an income myself?
Okay, are you there? Okay.
Sorry, man, my mouse wasn't working. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I mean, dude, guys, look, that's actually we call that leverage. Here's the reality. People obviously want to see income stories. That's just facts. But you can leverage other people's success stories in our group. That's why we have this little group called the Underground Commission Project on Facebook. All it is income proof. You can drive people to it, and they can see all sorts of income proof, as well as Darren's and myself. The best part about this, guys, look, there's no shame also in being honest with somebody and say, hey, I just got started. Typically what they do is they have you go through a little bit of training, lasts up to 30 days. So while you're in training, yeah, you can get out and promote and do stuff, and you can make some money. But guess what? I'm brand new to the industry, so I want to learn it right so I can execute it right so I don't burn through leads. You can just use those stories, though, to leverage the success of others, and people buy into that when they see that. You agree, Darren?
Absolutely. The thing I'm going to share with you guys about this is that you don't have to have an income story to be a leader. Okay, I'm going to say this again. You don't have to have an income story to be a leader. Okay? Now, looking back on situations where I've done rollouts myself, here's what I'll share with you. If you put out personal development content, okay, on a regular basis, personal development, motivation, inspiration, and positive quotes, and you're lifting people up, okay? If you're speaking like a leader, and if you're helping people solve their pain, what I actually recommend for people to really focus on when they first start into marketing is not your business opportunity at all, zero, okay? Focus on the pain of the market, because your number one goal is to build a list of qualified prospects first, right? Build a list of qualified prospects. So if you can get good at one strategy, one marketing strategy, okay? It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be Pinterest, it could be Twitter, it might be YouTube, it could be blogging, it could be videos, one, just one, okay? Not 10, one, okay? That becomes your special sauce, okay? Now watch how I can leverage that as a leader just by learning one thing, okay? So find out how, right? Find out how to use Facebook, right? To never get rejected ever again in your business, to build a business without having to harass your friends and family, okay? To generate unlimited number of leads, to be able to close and upsell to higher ticket products, and to be able to get team duplication. Now, how many people are now going to be going, oh, I want to, how do you do that? Oh my God, oh my God, right? Doesn't matter what business they're in. So they start to look at you as a leader. Okay, we're in a leadership business model, guys, in case you didn't know that. Okay, so the leader is the person that always steps up. The leader is the person that always figures it out. And then they go back and they teach everybody else how to solve their pain and problems. So you don't have to make any money at all. Zero. You could have a zero income story and be a good leader, right? And generate a ridiculous number of leads and have all those people following you. Let's say you're not even promoting anything right now, right? You've got to step into that leadership role. That's the key, guys. That's the true key, right? The moment that you step into your power and you become a leader, that's when your phone starts ringing. That's when people start requesting your information on Skype. That's when they start reaching out on Facebook, because people like to be connected to leadership. It's human nature, right? It's human nature. So you don't have to have an income story, right? But if you can surrender your pride, surrender your ego, and surrender it to the team, because we've got lots of income stories. We got Eagle that made $28,000 his very first 30 days, right? I think John Hunley cleared 30 grand his first month, right? We've got Robbie Godsell, right? He's only 17 years old, guys. He made $35,000 his very first month, right? Jeff Lynn's at $25,000, I think, in 5 weeks. Michelle, she's at over $15,000, right? Mom with 2 kids, right? Kim Justice here is over $15,000 right now in her very first month. So there's a lot of these type of stories that are happening. We got part-timers, right? Justin Grabko, I think he just cleared $15,000. He's a full-time engineer, part-time, right? His first month, part-time. He's a full-time engineer. But he made about 3.5 times his monthly salary in his very first month working with us in Millionaire Mentoring and Black Ops, right? So hopefully that answers your question. On to the next question.
I actually would like to add to that, because this is what I experimented with when I launched this business. I was completely underground, and I leveraged my team. I leveraged everyone else in Black Ops, their income results, and I actually didn't post my own income results until I made over 8K. So for those of you out there that are wondering like how you can be successful and how you can be the authority, like that's what we teach, is how to be completely underground and leverage the team in order for you to create your own income story. So I just wanted to give that little story, because I actually experimented with this myself, and I used the formula, I leveraged the team, and I made 8K before I even posted my own income results. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that. So the next question is, what is the difference between having just a sponsor inside of a company and having a millionaire mentor that's a part of Black Ops? Like, what's the difference between the two, like having you guys and what we do in Black Ops versus just having a sponsor with a company?
Okay.
Let me jump in here real quick, guys. I love this question because it's my hot topic, guys. Look, okay, in business, there's really 3 things. Okay, you got a recruiter. That's somebody who basically recruits you into a program. You sign up, they take your check, and then they vanish. They disappear, and they're never there to support you and help you, okay? Then you have a sponsor. A sponsor is somebody who markets to you. You sign up, they spend time with you, they hold your hand, but oftentimes some of these people themselves are brand new, or they're semi-experienced, but they really haven't made the big money yet. What a millionaire mentor is, and this is a big deal to me, guys. Look, I have a buddy of mine who in 2015 made $155 million, okay? To this day, I still reach out to him and ask him questions. Sometimes now he comes back and he says, hey, I see you're exploding, so tell me what's going on, and we'll start chatting. It just happened 2 days ago, and I'm very thankful. This guy is somebody that literally, he's become a friend now, and guess what? There's no exchange of dollars when he gives me advice anymore. used to be a big exchange of dollars. When I say big, I mean big. What you get with Darren and I is you get access literally to over $10,000 worth of training and strategies that really truly work. And you know, we spend time with you guys. Look, I'm telling you flat out. You know, I've been sick the last few days, but here's the thing: people message me, I still answer them. You know, when people come to our class, we help them. That's the big deal. You know, and most of the time when you're signing up for mentorship, you're getting it in like a classroom type effect. And what we do is we do Zoom meetings. It's not one-on-one stuff, guys, okay? Don't ever mistake it for that. It's not one-on-one stuff. It is mentoring that's done in a group setting where you can ask questions, get feedback. We're going to give you honest to goodness answers that really will help you grow your business. And honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you up front, I'm very happy to be partnered up with Darren Little because this guy knows his shit. Okay, this guy really knows his stuff. He really does a good job of changing the mindset, so then we can start teaching you strategies, because a lot of it is not necessarily, you know, a lot of it's not necessarily even the strategy. A lot of it, guys, is your mindset. A lot of you guys right now are kind of broken and you don't believe in yourself, and that's the first step. If you can't believe in yourself, how can someone else? So you have to change your mindset, get your belief pattern right. Once you buy in and you're all in, you have that first breakthrough, guys, and that belief factor goes way up for yourself. Other people have a tendency to gravitate to you, and they believe in you as well. It just kind of works like that. It's laws of attraction. Then Darren and I sit down and we teach you strategies. We teach you real life stuff that we've learned over the last, you know, I mean, man, 50 to 60 years of combined experience, you know. I mean, we're talking about a whole lot of collective knowledge right there that we've seen that works. And I'm just telling you, what we offer, to me, it's priceless, guys. And I'm not just saying that because I'm part of it. I'm saying that because just like you, every day when I show up to Zoom and we go through training, I'm also a student. I get the privilege to listen to an amazing partner that's got all kinds of information, and believe me, it's helped me. What have you got about that, Darren?
Well, you know, here's the thing that I'm going to share with you about a call that I got this one time. Right? My phone rings. It's like, hello, is this Darren Little? Yeah, right. He goes, Darren, I've been seeing your videos, and man, I need a personal mentor. I want a millionaire mentor. I want a millionaire mentor. How much is it going to cost me? And I said, well, if you have me as a one-on-one millionaire mentor, it's $10,000 for 90 days. And he said, are you serious? $10,000? I said, yeah, but there is one other option. He said, really? What's that? I said, you can take the next 26 years to figure out what I figured out in the last 26 years. Let me know how that strategy works for you. Okay? So it's like getting the fast track, guys. Literally, I'm not kidding you. Okay? So if I'm going to teach you the same formula that I've personally used to raise tens of millions of dollars from zero, okay? Starting companies from zero and making as much as almost $4 million in a single year, okay? That's the knowledge that you're going to gain from millionaire mentoring, okay? So this isn't, you know, textbook. This isn't from, you know, some seminar that we went to. This is real life millionaire mentoring, stuff that we've actually done in our lifetimes, right, to be able to make millions and millions of dollars, both online and offline, conventional business and online networking, affiliate marketing, etc. So all you've got to do is one thing, okay, one thing. You got to surrender your pride and surrender your ego and just be coachable, okay? Because if you can do that, guys, I'm telling you, buckle up, okay? Now, the cool thing is that we have a story like Robbie Godsell as an example at 17. He didn't know any other way. He just followed exactly what we told him to do. He literally followed it by the book, every single thing that we told him to do, and that's a perfect example, right? He didn't have a huge list. He didn't have massive experience in marketing, but he was coachable, right? And that's very commendable because a lot of people aren't coachable. They want to tell you they've got a better way, right? Their ego doesn't want to listen, so it pushes back. Well, I'm gonna show you. Really? Well, let me know how that works, right? Robbie did $35,000 his very first month in business, right? Huge accolades, and congratulations to Robbie for just being coachable.